Hey guys, it's Neon. Welcome back to CLOWNFISH TV. Got a little bit of anime news for you today, and I think it's safe to assume that we are actually in knee deep in Animegate. We don't realize it yet. A lot of people haven't realized it yet, but there's a lot of really weird stuff going on in anime right now, just in the last couple months. So this is coming from One Angry Gamer. We're talking about Vic Mignogna, who is the voice actor for BROLY in Dragon Ball Super BROLY, and he's involved in a little bit of controversy right now. Apparently, the rumor is that he is, hitting on women at anime conventions. That there's some stuff going on, and that he's homophobic. So, again, I don't know if any of this is substantiated. This is coming from, Twitter, I think, and Polygon. So take it for what you will. But this is the Cliff Notes version from One Angry Gamer. So voice actor Vic Mignogna, famous for voicing a lot of characters in video games and anime, and recently having played BROLY in Dragon Ball Super BROLY, has come under fire for alleged sexual misconduct and homophobia. Alleged. YouTuber Yellow Flash covers the controversy and where it stands at the moment. Actually, I would recommend checking out Yellow Flash. He's got some good content, which involves the typical social justice sectors of Twitter, alleging that Vic has been engaged in sexual misconduct, homophobia, and anti-Semitism. Oh, Vic. Some of the allegations include inappropriate touching, kissing, and failing to sign gay fan art. What? Obviously, there are people in the Tumblr and social justice warrior circles quick to demonize Vic before any sort of proof has emerged. On Tumblr? Really? Imagine that. Taking the allegations as fact, even though we know that false allegations can be very harmful. This is coming from Becky Hopkins on Twitter. She's on Twitter. Dozens of women and girls. Vic sexually abused me. Con staffers and industry insiders. He's been a creepy asshole for years and it needs to stop. Random people who probably only met Vic briefly at a convention, if at all. You're liars! He's a good guy. Hashtag kick Vic. He's got his own hashtag. Now. Hashtag kick Vic. Becky Hopkins continues, and for anyone trying to tell me they could all be liars trying to slam Vic's pure name, here's some recommended reading. So, sites like Polygon corralled all the claims together, which include people alleging everything from kissing and groping to overstaying his panel time. I've overstayed my panel time. We've actually done several anime conventions. I've never met Vic, but we tend to talk a lot, and we overstayed our time too. I hope nobody comes after me for these things, to not signing their art. Yes, people are seriously attacking him for not signing their art. Various Twitter users are claiming that this has been going on for more than a decade since he started getting popular in the anime community after voicing various famous characters like BROLY and Edward in Full Metal Alchemist, and he did Bleach too. So y'all, I don't want to address this because I'm a fangirl. I got accusations regarding Vic that have been floating around for the last decade, laughing my ass off. People have been trying to spark shit with him since he got big in the voice actor community. Due to my upbringing, I will never deny a victim's story of being true or not. Truth of a victim's confession is not my place to judge. However, I will say these rumors have been circulating for fucking ever. Not just forever, for fucking ever. So that's deathly serious. It's just because he's in a massive limelight again that they're coming back. Yeah, BROLY is actually doing pretty well, as I understand it. I haven't watched it yet, but it's doing pretty well. But since Vic is back in the spotlight due to the recent popularity of Dragon Ball Super BROLY, he's been dragged through the mud. Again, obviously, he denied these claims by publishing a letter on Twitter to address all of these allegations. The letter was published on January 21st. Here's what it said. Says Vic. This is heartbreaking. Over the last few days, a number of comments and allegations have been voiced on social media. I'd like to share my thoughts. Homophobic? No. Some of my dearest friends are members of the LGBT community, including several I brought into my production family on Star Trek Continues. This is blatantly false. I said many years ago I didn't think a particular character I voiced was gay, contrary to what some fans believed. Oh, Vic. No. This is the problem. Vic, the fans are always right. They are always right. You can't argue with Tumblr, Vic. That was your cardinal sin. You argued with Tumblr. Not because it matters to him at all about the character being gay, but because, as told, this was not the case. I also elected not to autograph said gay art because I am not because I'm homophobic, but because I didn't wish to sign material that was not canon. So it sounds to me, in my armchair observation, that he doesn't want to sign fan art because it's not canon. I don't know if he signs straight fan art, but if it's not actually canon, then, you know, I don't know. I don't know. Anti-Semitic. I couldn't even grasp where this was coming from until someone pointed me to a moment years ago where I was in a panel and referred to a bunch of noise coming from another room jokingly as a Holocaust. As I said then, it was a metaphor for Armageddon, death, and mass destruction, but not the Holocaust. Could I have chosen a different word? Sure. In retrospect, I could have, and of course, I'm sorry if I offended anyone. Now, just, you know, I want to jump in here. Prior to current year in anime conventions, Nazism and the Holocaust, frankly, were kind of not taken very seriously. We played Cards Against Humanity at an anime convention with some notable voice actors, and there were many jokes, off-color jokes, but jokes made regarding this sort of thing. So, you know, up until the recent past, you know, people really didn't think much of it. Now, are those jokes appropriate? No, I don't think those jokes are appropriate, but people were not as sensitive about Nazism and the Holocaust and that sort of thing. I don't think until more recently people have, you know, started being really sensitive about it. But yeah, I mean, I can tell you many anime conventions we've gone to, you know, it was not viewed as being a cardinal sin. If that was the case, then I can name several other voice actors that have made jokes like that should also be ousted from the anime community forever, and I'm not going to do that. Anyway, moving on. I sincerely apologize to any convention staff member who ever felt I was anything less than kind and grateful to be included in their event. Unknown to most staffers, contractual arrangements made in advance with cons were occasionally not honored when I arrived, and that made me frustrated. That does not excuse making anyone feel badly. I am deeply sorry. This, you know, again, we do anime conventions. We did anime conventions. Don't know how many I'll be invited to now, but when our webcomic was you know, super popular, you know, I guess popular-ish, we used to get invited to conventions all the time. And yeah, they do have contracts for guests. And a lot of times, you know, the anime conventions are run by fans. They're not, I mean, I hate to say it, but they're not like super professional, and sometimes balls get dropped. And, you know, when you're doing a lot of these things, and, you know, I can imagine someone like Vic, who's crazy busy, is kind of like, I asked for A, B, and C, and I didn't get it. That's not being a prima donna. That's kind of like, these are the terms I agreed to when I came to your con. We've had situations, you know, where we've gone to shows, and you know, there were some things that were supposed to be covered that weren't covered, and, you know, again, I'm not going to name names, but I'm just saying it happens, and yes, it's frustrating. And I think every guest at every anime convention has probably gone through this. I mean, is it fair to take it out on the staffers? No, but, you know, I mean, stuff happens. It happens. Everybody loses their temper every once in a while. So I would also like to sincerely apologize to anyone who ever felt my interaction with them, a hug or kiss on the cheek, was crossing a line. Never in a million years would it be my intent to make anyone feel uncomfortable. Rather, it was meant to show gratitude or support. I come from an affectionately expressive family where such displays are commonplace, but I understand that not everyone feels the same way. Hence, I will not be interacting in the same way with my fans in the future. Understand that this climate we live in, this is how it has to be. To my fans who ask for hugs, you know, I'm sorry, please know that I'm no less grateful to you. This is sad, and this is where we are. This is where we are right now, where, you know, you're not allowed to touch people at all unless you have like a signed affidavit, because you don't know if things are going to be misconstrued. If the fan you hug today is going to come back in 5 years and say, you know, hey, your hands were a little too close to my butt, and that's assault. I mean, it's crazy to think that, especially if the fans are initiating contact. But I don't disagree with him. And I've seen, again, we've done a lot of anime conventions, and I've seen these voice actors interact with their audience. I've seen, anime fans just come up and just, glomp on to people, and that's just that's the way the anime community's always been. It's been very, very touchy-feely, this is just really sad that, like, we can't do that anymore. People can't do that anymore because it's gonna be viewed as some sort of assault. Now, whether or not anything went beyond that, I'm just saying, like, I don't know the details of everything that has gone on with Vic. I don't know Vic. I've never met Vic. I don't think I've ever even done a show with Vic. If we have, we never ran into him. But this is the anime convention scene. This is kind of how it is, and I don't know exactly what is going on here. He said there are allegations of sexual harassment, sexual assault, or most disturbingly, pedophilia. That's pretty much every anime convention. No, I mean seriously, there's some weird stuff at anime cons, but they are completely and utterly false. My heart weeps for anyone who endures a violation of this kind. To be accused of harming others in this way, I have no words. Again, a lot of this sounds like it's just kind of the standard anime convention, what to expect. And I'm not making excuses for Vic. I don't know the details. I'm just saying, based on my experience, the anime community is very touchy-feely. There was liberal use of Nazism, Nazi imagery, jokes about the Holocaust, inappropriate jokes about the Holocaust. I mean, it's part of it. This has been part of it. So I'm just saying, Vic's situation might not be unusual. And if that is the case, that this is what we're going to hang people out to dry for, then I think we need to, you're going to have to hang a lot of people out to dry because they're all guilty of the same thing in the anime community. A lot of them are. So here's Radnat from YouTube. It's like TV for your computer. Really? Okay. I'm really thrilled to see Kick Vic. I watched with my own damn eyes Vic make out with a 14-year-old girl at his booth. Okay, well, I've never seen that. She admired him and he took advantage of her. Stop silencing victims and dismissing their traumas. Vic Mignuggets is scum, and there's more than enough evidence. Kick Vic. Even his colleagues like tweets about him being a creep with underage girls, a homophobe, and a narcissistic asshole. I don't know how people can defend him. Kick Vic. For people claiming he's homophobic, some of the evidence they point to is actually based on a rather absurd YouTube snippet from 2007 where he claims that the character he's voicing in the anime isn't gay. Well, look, people ask questions all the time. Another video was also posted back in 2013 where they claimed he dodged a question about supporting gay marriage. I don't know. He's allowed to have his opinions about that. Don't have to agree with them. Given how some fandoms, especially Twitter and Tumblr, are quite rabid, they took this as a sign that Mignogna was a homophobe. So far, there still isn't any credible evidence made apparent, but that hasn't stopped plenty of people from losing their jobs in the Me Too era. This is true. It doesn't matter. I mean, again, going back to John Lasseter, I don't know the details, but the allegations were very nebulous, and it just sounded like they wanted him gone because they didn't want to deal with the bad press, basically. And this might happen to Vic too. I don't know. Whether the allegations will lead to certain companies dropping Mignogna or not remains to be seen, but unlike others within the entertainment industry, he didn't try to dodge the allegations by claiming he was gay. Yeah, so let's go out to Polygon and see what's going on Polygon. Dragon Ball Super BROLY voice actor responds to sexual harassment, homophobia claims. It's a couple days ago. Yeah, here's many convention goers' stories continue to come out in social media detailing the times when the actor acted flirtatiously toward them, fondling, kissing, and groping. Wow, so wait, there's a whole whoa, hold on, there's a whole Tumblr. There's a whole Tumblr dedicated to Vic stories. Wow. Okay, so man, I don't know. I don't know. You know, if there is actually proof of him doing this and being too touchy-feely with people, then yeah, you know, that probably needs to stop. That probably needs to stop. Okay, so here's this one gets me though. In addition to the sexual harassment claims, Mignogna's alleged homophobic behavior, alleged, at least Polygon said that, remains a concern with anime fans. While he said that he refused to sign fan art in general, convention goers argue he would only deny signing pictures depicting characters in gay relationships, even if the art wasn't sexually explicit, while he was happy signing other fan art. Okay, well, okay. Organizers at conventions, meanwhile, shared stories of unprofessional behavior, such as overstaying his panel time. This happens to everybody, and yelling at staffers. Well, yeah, I mean, he might be having a bad day. But I'm saying, if this is what they're going after him for, you know, this is true of many, many voice actors, not just Vic. I mean, this stuff up here, the groping, kissing, I don't know. So there is a Kick Vic hashtag, but there's also a I stand with Vic Rose in response. So, you know, what do you think? Do you think that there is something to this? Do you think that maybe this is just, you know, I mean, the timing is convenient. The timing is convenient. This is just my personal opinion. We talk about how there is an Animegate sort of brewing. If it's not here already, it's coming soon. And, you know, Dragon Ball Super Broly is crazy popular. And, you know, now, after 10 years, these allegations start to surface, again, kind of, you know, maybe chipping away at the anime industry, you know, chipping away at some of the bigger names in anime right now, discrediting the bigger names. I don't know. Again, I don't know the details. I can't blindly defend someone if I don't know specifically, you know, what the complaints were. But I can say that the timing is weird. A lot of the stuff they're complaining about, you know, is pretty standard for a lot of voice actors, for a lot of, you know, people in the anime convention circuit. You know, the creepy behavior, I don't know. I mean, you got me. I seriously, I don't know. So if anyone, you know, wants to shed a little more light on this in the comments, feel free. Maybe we'll do a follow-up video later. I'm going to watch this because I do think this is part of a bigger issue. I do think that we are basically seeing an assault on the anime industry, you know, and this is just kind of the beginning. I think you're going to see a lot of weird shit coming up in the coming months, sort of supporting some people's position that anime, just the anime industry in general, is toxic. It's toxic and it needs to reform. It needs to reform. I think incidents like this are going to be used as ammunition to let these moral authorities try to reform the anime industry. So all I can say is good luck with that, because I know enough people in the anime industry to tell you that they're not going to go down without a fight, if that is the actual goal. you know. But again, if there's actually some legit creepy behavior and there's some proof, then, you know, I don't know what to say. I really don't. So please subscribe to CLOWNFISH TV for more pop culture news, views, rants, gaming videos, art videos, and more. We'll be covering the situation in anime, situation in comic books here and there, as it does pertain to things we are familiar with. You know, we've worked in these industries. So we will talk to you later. Goodbye. Hey guys, thanks for watching CLOWNFISH TV. Please consider supporting the channel. Go to clownfishsupport.com. That's clownfishsupport.com. And if you want to join our community, go to clownfishtalk.com. That's clownfishtalk.com. Please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. We will talk to you next time.